This is Dr. Muralidhar Dunna. In this video, I am going to explain you about the employee selection process. Selection process or selection procedure involves a series of steps to be followed for choosing the right person or suitable person for the vacant job. So how it can be defined? The selection process can be defined as the process of selection and shortlisting of the right candidates with necessary qualifications, skills, knowledge, and abilities set to fill the vacancies in an organization. The selection process it could be vary from the industry and company to company and even department to department in the same company. So the process starts after recruitment and divides the candidates in two parts. Those will be offered to the job and those won't be. Basically, what happens here is there is a need of well organized selection process. Then only the right type of candidate can be selected and unsuitable candidates are going to be rejected. Right. Now, the selection process involves a series of steps. Here I have given the 8 steps. So, preliminary interview, after preliminary interview, then receiving the applications and screening the applications and preliminary test, employment review, interview, and checking references, medical examination, and then finally the final selection will be conducted. However, every organization designs the selection process as per their need, as per their requirements. The main selection process steps are all these. I am going to explain one by one in clear cut manner. The first, initial screening or preliminary interview. What exactly this refers? This is the sorting process in which prospective applicants are given the necessary information about the nature of the job, and also necessary information is going to be explained from the candidates about their education, experience, skill, salary expected, etc. If the candidate is found to be suitable, is selected for the further process. If not, then and there only the person will be eliminated. This is the very general and basic interview conducted so as to eliminate the candidates who are completely unfit to work in the organization. This leaves the organization with a pool of potentially fit employees to fill their vacancies. This is done by a junior executive in the personnel department or human resource department. Due care should be taken so that suitable candidates are not turned down in a hurry. When a candidate is found suitable, an application form is given to him, fill and submit. This is the first step in the selection process. The second step, after that receiving the application. So, potential employees apply for job and sending application to the organization. After filling those, the application gives the interviews information about the candidates like their biodata, work experience, hobbies, and interest. You might have seen this sometimes applications are asked on the plain sheet. This is done where no application forms are designed. The applicant is asked to give details about the age, marital status, what I mentioned just now, educational qualifications, work experience, and references. In this, different types of applications may be used by the same organization for different types of employees. One for managers, other for supervisor, third for employees, like that. So some forms are simple, general, and easily answerable, while others are many require elaborate, complex, and detailed information about the person's details. Right. The third process is selection, screening of applications. So here, after that, we need to screen the applications. Once the applications are received, they are screened by special screening committee who choose candidates from the application to call for interview. Right. Applicants may be selected on special criteria like qualification and work experience, etc. So this is what we call the screening of applications. Then employment tests. So selection tests. So before an organization decides a suitable job for any individual, they have to identify their talents and skills. This is done through various employment tests like intelligence test, aptitude test, proficiency test, and personality test. What is intelligence test here? Just I would like to give brief explanation about that. These are the called proficiency test as well. These measures the skill or knowledge which is acquired as a result of training program and on the job experience. These methods what applicant can do, right? Simple test or test for measuring their job knowledge. Thus, aptitude or potential ability test. These tests measure the hidden ability of a candidate to learn a new job or skills. And there will be some other mental test about the intelligence quotient, mechanical aptitude test, a person how to learn the different type of mechanical work, and psychomotor or skill test measures the personal ability to do specific job. These are the different tests will be conducted along with the personality tests. Then go for the employment interview, right? The interview source, personal interview is the most universally used tool in employee selection process. Employment interviews are done to identify the candidate's skill set and ability to work in an organization in detail. The main purpose of an employment interview is to find out the suitability of the candidate and to give him an idea about the work profile and what is expected from the potential employee. This is the critical for the selection of the right people for the right jobs. Normally, the very purpose of calling candidates for interviews is to see the candidate face to face and to know his or attitude, behavior, communication skills, family details, work experience, hobbies, interests, subject knowledge. Sometimes interview might be platform to negotiate salary and other benefits offered to a candidate if he is going to selected in that job. Then, see, in the interview, there will be so many interviews are there: formal, informal, non-directive, depth knowledge, stress, like that. Then, other one is a checking references. See, the person while filling the application form is going to check the references. So, the applicant is asked to mention in an application the names and address of at least two or three such persons who usually know him well. These may be his previous employees or employers, friends, or professional colleagues. They are approached by mail or telephone and request to furnish their frank opinion without incurring any liability about the candidate either on specified points or in general. They are assured that all information supplied would be kept confidential. So, the person who gives the reference of potential employee is also a very important source of information. The referee can provide information about the all the person's capabilities, experience, and managerial skills. The information provided by the referee is meant to be kept confidential with the HR department. The other step is medical examination. This is also very important. This is also called a physical examination. Means the medical exam is also very important step in the selection process. Medical exams help employers know if any of the potential candidates are physically and mentally fit to perform their duties in their jobs. A good system of medical checkups ensure that employees' standards of health and higher, and there are fewer cases of absenteeism, accidents, and employee turnover. Applicants who got over one or more of the preliminary hurdles are sent for the physical examination either to the organizational physician or at, to a medical officer approved for the purpose. That's right. The main purpose, it gives indication regarding the fitness of a candidate for the job concern, and the company can also discovers can also identifies the existing disabilities if there is any to the concerned person, or obtains a record which may be helpful later in deciding the company's responsibility in the event of workman compensation claim. And it also preventing employment of those suffering from some type of contagious diseases if there are any. So this is what you call, it also helps the employable but whose physical handicaps may necessitate assignments only to specific jobs. These are the main purpose of the medical examination. Having said that, let me go for the final selection and appointment letter. See, what happens here is after completing the physical examination, this then if he is unfit for the physically, then it will be then and there only it will be rejected. If it is goes further, then the final selection, giving the appointment letter after the candidate has successfully passed all written tests, interviews, and medical examination. The employee is sent to the emailed an appointment letter confirming his selection to the job. Right. The appointment letter contains all the details of the job like working hours, salary, leave allowances, etc. Employees are hired on conditional basis or contractual basis, sometimes where they are hired permanently after the employees are service satisfied with their performance. This is sometimes a particular person is selected for given job. Often more than one person may be selected for the jobs of similar in nature. These individual employees have to put their under individual supervision with the approval of the letter. These are the different process, the total different procedure of the different steps followed for the employee selection process. What is the importance of the selection? What is the main objective? So if you are giving the right person and right candidate in the right place at right time in the right company, obviously that will lead to the growth and development of the company, and it will also results in the achievement of the company's goals. Industrial accident will drastically reduce in numbers if you are employing the right candidate in the right place, and it creates a sense of satisfaction with with them, and thus their work efficiency and quality will also improve. So the morale of the employee will improve a lot, and people who are satisfied with their jobs often tend to have high morale and motivation to perform better. This is the in toto about the selection process and the selection, what is the main importance of the selection process in any organization, for that matter in any company. See, this is what you call the total about the selection. Thank you for patience listening, and thank you for staying with me. Thank you, Varun.